Welcome back, folks. Sunday morning, cooler than yesterday, much, much cooler. And we're back for another 6 hours of netball. So if you can stick around, that's great. If you can only make some of the later ones, please do. We have the medal games happening in the afternoon. The last of the round robin games happening today. BC versus Quebec women's right now. BC with the center pass. Taking care of the ball in the first few seconds. Tipped away by the Quebec goal defense. Quebec starting strong with the defense. And another tip. But quickly recovered by BC. BC with a free pass, sending it to the edge of the circle, and it makes it in. Shot rebounded by Quebec. And now Quebec have a chance to gain a lead on BC's center pass, but an unforced error with footwork gives BC another chance to score. Risky pass there, but it was to the open player, and now they have the ball under the hoop. Followed by a score. 1-0 for BC, Quebec center pass. Thrown out of court by Quebec. Now BC have the center pass. Yes, good morning to everyone in the group chat. We had a very busy day yesterday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and we're back at it again today. BC with possession, sending it to the circle, just a little bit too big of a lob for the shooter to pull in. And I'm happy to see we have some Quebec fans in the chat today. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully we see them again in the medal games, hopefully for the finals. But it won't be without a fight from BC today. Quebec with possession, thrown out by Quebec. BC with the throw on. BC looking into the circle for the pass. Shooter has to come out of the circle to help. Working the ball into the circle, keeping the passes short, sending it back out for some repositioning by the shooters. And a long shot. Bounces just off the rim. Quebec with the rebound, and they have a penalty pass. Quebec with a small fumble of the pass there, a little bit too far behind. BC looking to capitalize. Beautiful pass to their open goal attack under the hoop with another point. That's 2-0 for BC. 3 passes into the circle for BC, not an issue at all. With a penalty shot, mid-range, off the rim. BC with the rebound. And it's in. 3-0 for BC. Just under 12 minutes left in the first quarter. Quebec with the center pass. And an unlucky footwork by Quebec gives BC another shot to extend their lead. Shooter coming out to help, looking for that lob to their goal shooter, defended by the Quebec goalkeeper. Beautifully done, but thrown out of court, so BC get the throw on. Big lob to the goal attack, but excellent defense by the goal defense from Quebec again. Give and go by the shooter. Another lob to the shooter, under the hoop. Rebounded by Quebec. Excellent defensive work by Quebec today. And Quebec get a penalty pass in their defensive third. Great question, Janique. Quebec don't have a men's team this year. It's been quite a few years since, I believe. And I'm not sure why. Quebec with a throw on. Looking for the lob. Picked off by the BC player, but Quebec maintained possession. Working it around the circle, give and go to the shooter, and a penalty passed to the other shooter. The goal attack, who shoots it, misses, rebound by BC, who looked down the court for that long pass to their shooter. Goal attack was holding, missed, looking for a switched opportunity by the two shooters. A little hesitation there with the passing. Most likely because Quebec defense was really on them. And goalkeeper Quebec has fallen. Quick injury time. They're back up, they're back up. And they have not called time. So Quebec plays on. Great passing by Quebec. They're looking for the open player. Both players are there. So BC picks off that fumble, but BC was offside in the circle, so Quebec get a free pass just inside the edge. Good pass to goal attack, who shoots and gets a penalty. And this time it goes through. 3 for BC, 1 for Quebec. BC with the center pass. Just under 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Little confusion there, the center pass, but after checking with the score bench, BC is the one with the center pass. Nice short passing there by BC. Waiting for that moment for the shooter to come open with a double drive and a mid-range shot that goes through. 4-1 for BC. Quebec center. Jalorn Samuel this time playing center this quarter. I feel like I've seen Samuel play many different positions this tournament. It's nice to see the adaptability of players on court. Quebec with a mid-range shot. Just a bit short once again. BC with the rebound. Slow pass to BC, so goal defense had no troubles defending that, but BC get the throw on. Looking to the shooter that comes out to help. Holding with the goal shooter under the hoop. Converting it to another point for BC. BC looking long into the circle. Goalkeeper from Quebec defending it. Hopping a little bit, looks like their ankle is still bothering them. But Quebec have the throw on. Quebec looking for that open player. Center coming to help down the middle. Good tip by BC, but it is an obstruction call, so Quebec get the penalty in the center third. Quebec using that defense to help keep possession of the ball until they can find the open shooter. Going across the circle just a bit too far. BC get the throw on. Contact call. Off-ball contact. Another one gives the shooter a penalty, who shoots it and scores. Quebec looking to score on their center pass now. Just the pass too far behind, gives BC possession, but the goalkeeper gets another loose ball, so Quebec are back with the possession. This is their chance to score on their center pass. Shooters coming out to help. Both shooters are out, trying to get back in the circle. Beautiful front cut by the goal shooter. Long range, nope, not gonna shoot it. And goal shooter asking again for the ball outside the circle. Goal attack coming baseline. And a ball to the face leads to a replay ball. And BC get the free pass. Yes, I agree, Janique. Quebec is a strong team. And it looks like they just need to settle when they have possession. And absolutely, BC is trying to make the most of their leads, trying to extend it no matter how big. Lots of holding happening in the circle here on the BC's end. Goal attack coming out. Using the defensive line for help for BC so that BC can reset. And there we go, a nice hold by the BC goal shooter. Beautiful jump by the Quebec goalkeeper, but it's not enough to stop the ball from going through the hoop. Quebec with the center pass. Good call by the BC Quebec center, but a footwork causes the turnover. Goal attack asking for the lob there, but the goal defense picks it off just in time. High ball, but goal defense has no trouble pulling it in. Goal attack comes out to help. Small pass to the Quebec goal shooter. Long shot. And off the back of the rim. BC have the throw on. Excellent pass out in front. BC with the ball under the hoop. And that's one more point for them. Goal shooter holding, asking for the ball. And gives another pass to the goal attack, who comes down baseline. Quebec center. Using that defense for help on the center pass. Then looking down court for the goal attack. Who's there to help. Goal shooter also comes out. Going out to the defense. Who is very much offside. Picked up by the umpire at last, but tipped off by the goal defense down in BC's shooting third. So they get the throw in. Good defense by Quebec inside the circle. That was definitely a team effort by the goal defense and goalkeeper, and now the wing defense and goal defense working the ball down court. Tipped off by the BC goal defense. Both teams are not making it easy for each other. Down the court and inside the circles. Quebec with the throw on. Short passing, give and go with the wing attack. Want to give it to the goal attack, but the goal defense picks up on that. And Quebec pick up the loose ball with another chance. Goal shooter was asking for the ball under the hoop, but just missed the opportunity. So they had to come out, but they get the contact call inside the circle. Will it be a shot or a pass? It's a pass. And here's a long shot. And this time, it goes through. Well done, goal attack. Scores 10 for BC, 2 for Quebec. And BC with the center pass. Goal attack with a fading shot that goes through by BC. And now Quebec with the center pass, tipped off by the BC center. The ball goes out of the court, out of the gym. But it's quickly recovered. We're back in play. Quebec with possession. Almost picked off by the goal defense, but Quebec maintained possession inside the circle. Going for the shot, but they get the obstruction called just in time. Missed the penalty shot. Rebound recovered by BC with a long lob into the goal shooter, just over the Quebec's goalkeeper's hands. A beautifully read play by BC there. And they have the center pass once again. Trying to go for the lob, but it was just, did not feel safe enough for the passer, so they're gonna play it safe, work the ball around, use the defense there for help at the third line before sending it into the circle with a step in and a shot, and it goes in. Quebec center. The pass was a little bit off into the wing defense's hands, who taps it out. But that is the end of the first quarter. The score is 13 for BC, 2 for Quebec. We'll be back in just under 3 minutes for the second quarter. Lots of time left in the game. Let's see what happens. All right, folks, we are back. Second quarter's underway. In 5 seconds, let's see who has the center pass. It will be BC center pass. And here we go. BC using the circle edge for help. Baseline cut, but the goal attack comes out at top. Big jump by the Quebec goalkeeper, not enough for BC to stop BC's shot. And now it's Quebec center. Quebec starting with a very quick pace. They have some catching up to do, stolen by the BC wing attack, who look down court for the shooter. Both shooters are out of play, helping out here. And an unlucky footwork call on BC means Quebec get the turnover. Quebec asking for the long ball there, just by the hairs of the goal attack's fingertips. Quebec hold on to possession. Looking into the circle. Not yet, not yet. There's the goal attack, asking for that short ball. Goes for the lob instead. Goal attack asking. It looks like Quebec had a little switch up with the shooters inside the circle. And a contact call gives Quebec the penalty. shot or a pass, it will be a shot. And they do not need the second penalty, they get the point. 14-3 for BC, and they have the center. Ball is thrown away. Quebec with the free pass. A little bit of contact there, but BC wing attack does a good job holding on. Another good effort by BC goal defense. BC defense is on strong today. And Quebec with a beautiful pass for the baseline cut by goal shooter takes a shot. It's short, but they get the penalty. Obstruction called. Second obstruction called. Both defenders are out of play. And they get a shot. Quebec are trying to make this comeback. They're taking advantage of this flow. They have the center pass. They can make it one more. Close in the gap with BC. Sending it across the circle. Looking up top. There's Jalorn Samuel as wing attack this quarter. Going base for that goal shooter. Beautiful cut. And a penalty shot. Short. Rebound taken by BC, who send it into the center third. Using help there. Just missing the footwork. Beautiful balance there by the BC goal defense. Looking into the circle. But the shooter needs to come out to help to avoid the Quebec defense. And a nice and easy pass in front to the goal attack. He shoots it mid-range, goes around the rim, deflected by the goal shooter, who gives it back to the goal attack, and this time sends it through the hoop. BC center pass. The score is 15-4 for BC. And an offside for BC center gives Quebec an opportunity to catch up. But another footwork call. At least 3 or 4 footwork calls today within the first 2 quarters. Lots of unforced errors. What could it be? Could it be that they're tired from yesterday? Or could it be all the pressure from the defense? Or maybe their pace is just too fast? Let me know what you think. BC getting a turnover and just easily turning that into a shot. And another point, but this time Quebec have the center pass. And the goal attack is wide open to receive that pass. Looking square for some help, but now they're looking into the circle. Taken away by the BC goalkeeper. Looking long into the circle. Beautiful timing with front cut for the goal shooter there, who steps in and gets another point for BC, who have the center pass, but they break before the whistle goes. Now remember, in netball, you always go by the whistle. So Quebec are making the most of it. Nice save by Jalorn Samuel in wing attack. Lobbed to the other edge of the circle. Quick give and go by the shooters there. And the feeders deflected by the goalkeeper. Big reach, it's too close. So Quebec get the penalty. And for those of you who are not so familiar with the rules, you must be 3 feet away from the person who has the ball. Your feet must be 3 feet away from the pivot foot of the person who has possession. So you can reach in without contacting, but your feet must be 3 feet away. Contact call, BC get the penalty shot, and it's good. 18-5 for BC. Quebec doing a pretty good job getting the ball down into the circle, but sometimes missing the opportunities to convert it into points. And that's another point for BC. But Quebec had the center pass. They're looking down the circle for help. They want to give it to the shooter. The shooter is holding. But the goalkeeper on the goal shooter is very tall. It's getting physical in the circle. Beautiful steal by the goalkeeper, but the ball goes long and Quebec regain possession, bringing it back to the circle edge. Beautiful cut by the goal attack, fakes the pass, goes for the shot. It's long, but it's saved by the goal shooter. Nope, they are out of court. BC with the throw on. Little far behind, but the wing defense does a great job gaining their balance. And BC is back in play, looking to send the ball into the circle without forcing it to maintain possession. And it's another point for BC, 20-5. Quebec looking for an interception right now, almost by the goal defense. But BC center was offside, so Quebec get a free pass inside the circle, my apologies. A little bit of confusion by the players there, but the umpire has clarified, almost taken lob. The second pass is stolen by the wing defense. BC with possession.
Nice work, Holly.
Goalkeeper going for the interception, but unfortunately it turns into an obstruction. And now BC have a penalty inside the circle. Big reach by the goalkeeper, but the shot goes through. Quebec center pass, struggling a little bit off the line, but the defense is there to help. Little bit too far, picked off by the BC wing attack. And now BC is just waiting for their teammates to come down the court. Good balance by goal attack there, who keeps the ball from going out of court. And that is another point for BC. It's about 10 degrees cooler here today than it was yesterday. Celsius, that is. So hopefully the climate control is a bit better for the players on court. Thank you, Kevin, for the correction. New terminology, instead of breaking, we now say early entry. That's very good to know. I was not aware. I think I heard the umpires also use the word breaking, so I wonder if it's a very new thing that they're trying to get used to. I know sometimes it's hard to switch terminologies and new languages when we're so used to saying it for so many years. So I'll keep my ears open for that and see what they say. But you're right, Chris Campbell's right behind me, so and he mentored you, Kevin, so I'm sure you're well aware of the current rules. BC with possession. Quebec did score another point earlier, so it's 23-5. And BC missed a shot, but they get the rebound. Beautiful balance there. Reaching behind the hoop and managed to convert it to a point. BC with possession. Just working the ball around, using the defensive help at the third line, and seeing the open player under the hoop, sending a lob. Nice and easy for BC. Little fumble by Quebec, managed to keep it in, but nope. It actually went out of court, according to the umpire. So BC looking long with that throw in. How many passes will it take to get to the circle? Defense doing a great job helping out here, but a footwork call, very unfortunate. Like I said yesterday, sometimes the ball enters your hands earlier than you wanted it to, and so your feet are still on the ground, and you get that footwork call. Nice bounce pass by Quebec there. Goal attack, driving into the circle for the give and go. And Quebec have the penalty. Sorry, the free pass inside. Bounce pass stolen by BC goalkeeper, but the ball just goes wide. And Quebec have the throw on. Another chance for Quebec to score. They're looking in the circle. Goal shooter comes out to help. Looking for help again by the defense there on the third line. And goal shooter with a beautiful drive, but the miss, they did not see it in time. That's okay. Other players were open. We have the ball in the circle. Miscommunication there. It was a pass, not a shot, and so BC managed to steal the ball away. And BC's looking to extend their lead now. Here's the shot, and it's good. 26-5 for BC, and they have the center pass. Yes, Kevin, I'll let Chris Campbell know you say hi. I told Dave and Chris yesterday, and they had a good laugh. They said, Kevin? I said, yeah, Kevin. They go, Kevin Burke. That's right. So they remember you very well. I'm sure you left a very good impression. And it's nice to see you here again this morning. Quebec with possession. Good hustle on the ball there. But the wing defense coming through. It's a contact. Quebec keep possession. Nice and easy pass to the shooter, who have a beautiful shot there. BC with another shot, making the most of their center pass. Quebec now with their center pass. There's definitely a bit of a height difference in the Quebec shooting circle. And so Quebec's adapting pretty well, making sure they keep the passes short. Another footwork call by the BC goal defense. So Quebec have another opportunity to score. Again, lots of footwork this game. These unforced errors, it's never something a team wants. These are avoidable turnovers. And every point is important. Beautiful look there by the wing attack to the goal attack, who shoots it and scores practically undefended. Quebec with their center pass. Wing attack comes out. And waiting for that front cut by the center. Great idea by Quebec. But BC get a free pass for probably footwork. Another footwork call for BC. So Quebec get another opportunity. Excellent hustle by Quebec there. Wants to pass it. And a contact call on BC. So Quebec with the penalty. And it's a shot. And it goes through. Great shooting by the Quebec goal shooter today. In both quarters. Looks like they're definitely starting to figure out the BC defense. Great reach by the defense there by Quebec, but it's not enough for the BC shooters, who extend their lead 30-8 with just over 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Quebec with possession, passing it around, being patient with the ball, but the hands from BC again are doing a great job. Seems like Quebec's having difficulties getting around the BC defense, especially their hands. And that is time. BC misses their shot, but that's okay. The score is 30-8 for them. As we roll into halftime, 5 minutes on the clock for halftime, so we will be back in just under 5. Stick around for the second half of the game. Lots more game left. Anything can happen. All right, folks, we're back. 30 seconds left before we start this third quarter. Both teams just finishing their team cheers. Great way to bring the team together. BC has the center pass. And that's it, 15 minutes on the clock. It's ticking. And another switch up of rosters, especially for the BC side. Major switch up. Excellent defense by BC there. Making the most of that lob pass. Sending it to the circle, across to the other edge. And a nice bounce pass, unfortunately, goes out of court. So Quebec with the throw on. Few seconds to catch their breath, even though only 30 seconds has gone by in this third quarter. Great snatch by the Quebec center. Using the defense to maintain possession of the ball. Great save by the Quebec goal defense. But Quebec looking to bring the ball down court now. This is how they will score points. They need to get it inside the circle to their shooters as they come for a beautiful front cut by the goal attack. Great reach by the BC goal defense. But Quebec turned it into a point. Well done. The score is 30-9 for BC. Quebec with the center pass now. Looks like we have some fans cheering for Terry on the chat. Thank you for coming out. I'm sure Terry appreciates your support very much. Quebec regaining possession. An off-balance pass leads to a replay ball. So BC have possession. Obstruction in the goal third. And a nice long-range shot by the BC goal shooter, Adrian Parkin. And an unfortunate miscommunication there by BC. Center pass was thrown away, but Quebec are looking to capitalize. Make the most of this, sending it quickly into the circle and passing it to their goal attack, who has been doing a great job with shooting today. Quebec with the center pass, facing the wrong way, but that's okay. I don't know if it was accidental or intentional, but it worked. And a beautiful lob under the hoop. Shot is short. Tipped off by BC, so Quebec get another chance at this. Looking for the open player at the circle. Quebec with the penalty, just outside the edge of the circle. Looking for the shooter. It's another penalty. Miscalculated bounce pass there, but goal attack. Hold on to the ball. Penalty for Quebec. Double obstruction. Both defenders are out of play. And this time, the shot goes through for Quebec. 31-11. Quebec have a long way to go, but they've done a great job so far this quarter catching up. Oh, BC looking for the open player, but out of nowhere, Quebec goal defense snacks it out of the court. BC resetting their throw on to comply with the umpire, but their foot was on the line. So, Quebec with the throw on, fumbling the ball. It's a replay. BC are making quick work of keeping possession and getting it into the circle before the defense catch up, but the defense are quick. BC with a point. Quebec center pass, this time facing the right way, but the ball goes high. Excellent pressure by the BC defense. So BC have possession now. Fake pass, keeping it short to the shooter. Taken by the goalkeeper, but one too many steps, that's right. It's footwork, so it's a pass inside the circle for BC, who bounce it to their goal attack. It's too close. They get a penalty. And it's good. BC with the center pass now. Little mix-up with the center pass there. That's right, BC does have the center pass. Goal shooter coming out of the circle to help. Using that edge of the circle, sending it up. Almost tipped by the goal defense, but it's not enough. BC missed their shot. Quebec get that second opportunity with the rebound. And another footwork call. So many footwork calls today. Little give and go by BC. Mid-range shot. Not a problem for them. Now it's Quebec's center pass. Who quickly send another footwork call. Unbelievable. Loose balls by BC, but no defense on them, so they're able to maintain possession and get their own rebound. And this time it goes in. BC with the center pass. Fake move by the goal shooter there. Mid-range shot. Around the rim and just falls short. Quebec with the throw on. Good back roll move by the Quebec center, but a loose ball means BC regained possession, and a footwork call by them means Quebec. The goal does not count, and Quebec have the free pass. Good fake move by the goal defense there. Very quick feet. Using that goal defense for help before sending it down court. Pressure by the BC goal defense, but Quebec maintain possession. Quebec doing a good job with those fake moves, trying to get their checks away from them. But they get an off-ball penalty. And another one. Shot is off, but Quebec get the rebound. And the goal shooter this time sinks it in. Scores 35-12 for BC, just under 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Quebec have the center pass. They're looking to score. They're looking to catch up. They're playing with great intensity. I love their pacing. And a penalty for Quebec. Hold by the wing attack. Popping it into the circle. Mid-range. Shot. And it's good. Goal shooter 2 in a row now. Yes, Janique, completely agree. The height difference is just too great to go for the lobs there. They need to get in front. And the last 2 times, it's been working. So let's hope they keep it up. Quebec has the rebound, so they have another chance with a penalty in their defensive third. Center looked open, but the wing defense was on them. They managed to pull it in. Regain composure. Communicating well. Good fake move by the goal shooter again, but missed by the center. That's okay. They get the penalty and they pop it in again. Short! And BC gets the penalty. Looking deep into the center third. Great look to the open player. Goal shooter comes out to help. Little bit of give and go there. Just like that. Quebec with the rebound. Sending it over the wing attack's hands. And the goal shooter coming out to help. Looking for that goal attack. Beautiful move there by Quebec. And an off-ball contact gives a penalty closer to the hoop. The second penalty is not needed. Quebec converted into a point. 35-14. Quebec are catching up. Long way to go, but they're working hard. They have the center pass. Little fumble of the ball. Good pressure by the BC defense. Turns into a contact, so Quebec get the penalty. Quebec patient with the ball. And an obstruction call before the 3 seconds. And a contact call inside the circle. Quebec with a nice bounce pass in front. Like you mentioned, Janique, they need to get in front. And they're figuring it out. BC with the center. Looks deep into the circle, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Just a bit of a timing issue there with the pass. Important to read the field. Lob to the goal shooter. This time the lob was okay. And an obstruction call on BC gives them another chance to score. They opt to let the goal attack take the shot. An obstruction, both defenders out of play. Rebounded by BC. Sending it again to the center third. Nice and open wing attack. Excellent timing of movements by BC here. Asking for it in front, sending it out to the circle edge again. Looking again for help. The shooter just wants to get a little bit closer to the hoop, but it's close enough. And it's a point for BC, 36-15. Quebec with the center pass. Looking deep, and it's not good. A hard land for the BC goalkeeper, but Quebec get the throw on. Everyone's okay right now. We're back in play. Penalty outside the circle for beautiful look by the wing attack over the goal shooter's hands into the goal attack's hands, who was wide open for that drive. And another chance for Quebec with the penalty, wiping off the sweat from their hands so the ball doesn't slip as they take the shot. Seems to have been a good idea for them. Unlucky look. Quebec defense closing in. Just looking not to rush any passes into the circle there. It's not needed. BC are still 20 points ahead. But Quebec with possession now. Fumbling the ball off the sideline. BC with the throw on. BC looking deep. Deflected by Quebec into the hands of the reserve umpire. BC with the throw on. Looking for that shooter in the circle who comes out to help. Using the defense at the third line. Again, there she is. Goal attack. Sarah Kerbrat. The shot was too far, but they get the penalty. So this time, it'll probably be a shot. And it's good. Umpire giving a warning to, not an official warning, just a reminder that when you're out of play in a penalty, you are not allowed to speak. But an excellent pass into the circle for Quebec. Quebec center. Needs to call time. It's injury time, and so they need to come off. And the umpire letting them know that if they call injury time, they have to come off. They're allowed to make substitutions here. And it is always hard coming off. We all want to play. We all want to help our team win. But sometimes we need to take care of ourselves first. And so, a substitution is happening here. Wardrobe change. Bib change. Jalern Samuel coming in for center. BC choosing to keep the roster the same. And we have a new player coming on at wing attack. BC with the center pass. Good defense by Quebec. Great save, Jalorn Samuel with the deflect and the save, giving Quebec possession on BC's center pass. Good reach by the BC goal defense. And the goal attack with excellent moves. Rebounded by BC, who's looking down court for the open player, sends it across to the edge of the circle, who goes offside just a little bit, so Quebec have yet another chance to score. Keeping it short. Good save by the Quebec center there. Excellent balance. Looked like a little bit of an ankle roll, but they managed to keep it in. Beautiful interception by BC goal defense. Loose ball is saved again by the BC goalkeeper, but a long ball goes into the hands of the Quebecois. Another footwork call. I'm surprised, but it's happening a lot today, so I think it's just a trend, and we're rolling with it. Again, another footwork call. Like I said, let's roll with it. And that is the end of the third quarter. This score is 37-17 for BC, holding that 20-point lead. Excellent effort by both teams. We have one more quarter to go. We'll be back in less than 3 minutes. And we're back for the final quarter of the first game of the day. Quebec with the first center pass. Looking for that help beside, but deflected by the goal attack. And BC gets possession. Risky pass into the circle, but it was well seen. Right into the hands of the goal attack. Beautiful look in the circle. BC get their center pass now. Well taken by the wing attack, sending it across the circle to the top for the goal shooter. It's too far, they don't want to shoot it quite yet. Into the hands of the Quebec wing defense. So, And deflected again. Lots of loose balls happening here, but in the end, Quebec have possession. They get it back, and they're keeping their passes short for now. Keeping it short. Good hustle by Quebec there, sending it to the circle. Quick passing there to their goal shooter, who gets their balance and takes the shot. Short, rebounded, but contested by the goal shooter, who gets their second shot in. Time has been held. Not sure what happened there, but Quebec have possession. We send it into the circle. Goal shooter gets their balance over the hands of the BC goalkeeper. Beautiful look into the circle there by Quebec. Quebec are making the most of this last quarter. The score is 38-39. BC passing it right before that 3-second call. Sending it up, but the goal shooter wanted to come in front. So the miscommunication is Quebec's advantage with the throw-on. Who passed quickly down court, stolen beautifully by the goal defense, who gets the penalty. And an unforced error gives Quebec another chance to get the ball into the hoop. Goal shooter is holding, waiting. A little bit of contesting there by the two centers, but Quebec maintained possession. Looking for that open player who comes out in front and passes it, but the goal defense sees it, and BC gets possession. Tipped off again, this time by Quebec, and a footwork call. An unlucky footwork call gives BC a chance. This is a long point today. 2 drives by the goal attack to get open. Just falls out of the BC center's hands. So Quebec have possession. Almost lose the ball, but they managed to pull it in. Quebec goal shooter holding, not going for that pass. Gets deflected into the goalkeeper's hands, but thrown out of court by BC, so Quebec have the throw-on in the goal third, taken by the center. 2 shooters running into the same space. Miscommunication gives BC the steal. Goal shooter coming out to help. Although the goal attack is holding. Oh, that was intense. Saved by the center, but into the Quebec goal defense hands. The goal attack looks open, but the goal defense is putting lots of pressure on them, which forces a pass out of court. BC get the throw on. Fake move by the goal defense. Beautiful move to be wide open there for the throw on, using that goalkeeper for help. Looking down court, it's not there, so they keep using the defense for help before sending it down the third, but stolen by the Quebec team. Almost picked off by the BC wing defense, and an obstruction call gives Quebec a penalty in their third. And a nice lob to the goal shooter, who takes a long shot, and it's good. The penalty is not needed. Quebec waiting for their center pass. And an excellent front cut by the center there. Popping it into the circle to the goal shooter. Short shot, rebounded by BC. BC keeping it short now. Trying to get away from the Quebec defense, who both see that lob and tip it out of court. But it hits the BC's fingertips last, so Quebec get the throw on. Quebec playing with great intensity here, but settling to maintain possession before looking for that goal shooter, but the goalkeeper was on them. And an obstruction gives Quebec a penalty, which is a shot, and it goes off, deflected by the BC goalkeeper. BC looking to put pressure on that goal shooter there, but it goes over to the wing attack, who gets a penalty pass. And a nice low ball. Unfortunately, that was a contact, but a nice long shot by the Quebec. Turns into a pass, and the goal attack shoots it, misses, rebounded by BC. Quebec now turning it over to their defensive lens. And BC getting a low pass into the hands of the goalkeeper. Quebec with possession now, sending it to the goal. Defense just a bit off. Tipped into the hands of the BC players. Beautiful front cut by the wing attack there, but a footwork call. Turns the ball over to the Quebec side. Deflected by the goal shooter. Excellent offensive defense here. Quebec forced to keep the ball short, but tipped out of court. BC with the throw on in the center third. Players are nice and open, coming out in front for the passes. But kicked out accidentally by the Quebec players, giving themselves a laugh, shaking it off, and they're back on defense. BC with a beautiful baseline cut, and followed by a beautiful shot by the goal shooter. BC with the center pass. The score is now 39-20. BC have extended their lead, and they're looking to do it again, which they have. Quebec now with the center pass. Long ball stolen by the BC center, which goes out of court, so Quebec get the throw on in their shooting third. Looking into the circle. Penalty for Quebec outside the circle. Passed to the goal attack, who shoots it just short. BC with the penalty, who are looking to score one more. Beautiful drive by the wing attack. Excellent timing there by BC. And a 3-second ball. Quebec now with the chance to score. Fumbling the ball, but pulling it in and maintaining possession. Long ball to the defensive third. The center third, but tipped by BC. Touches Quebec's hands last, so BC get the throw on. High ball for the BC player. They manage to keep it in play. Excellent hustle by BC there. Beautiful front cut again by the wing attack, with the goal attack following through, and the goal shooter there to receive it inside the circle with a penalty, and it's a shot, and it's good. Scores 41-20, 5 minutes left in the last quarter. Both teams with great intensity. Always playing like the game is tied. And that's the netball I like to see. Another beautiful shot by Adrian Parkin. Goal shooter from BC. Quebec center pass. Tipped off by BC. So Quebec get the throw on in the center third. Looking deep for that pass. It's a long ball. Picked off by BC, who decide to keep it short this time. Just like that. And a beautiful hold in front with a long penalty shot. And it's going through no problem. BC goal attack wide open on the center pass. Tipped off by Quebec center in the center third. Sending it across the circle, BC, to the top of the circle before popping it in. Rebound by Quebec, who send it deep to the center third, just a bit too high, so BC gain possession. Looking for that shooter who's coming out to help. Sending it across the circle for that drive out in front. There's the mid-range shot, and it's good. Quebec with the center pass. Yet another footwork call for Quebec, so BC get the free pass right in the middle of the court. Looking for the open player. Little bit of a late pass, but BC recovers. Unfortunately, it turns into a footwork for them, but Quebec are going to make the most of it. Let's see. No, they also get a footwork call. So BC with the ball in the center. To the open wing attack, into the hands of the goal shooter who's looking to get closer to the hoop, and a mid-range shot is good. The score is 45-20. BC have the center pass. Just under 2.5 minutes left in the final quarter of the game. Center trying to make multiple moves, but slips. It's okay. Other teammates are there to help. So is the third line with the defense, which is a great idea for the reset. Beautiful pass to the goal shooter. Just misses the goalkeeper's hands on the Quebec side. But now Quebec have the center pass. Looking for help behind them on the center pass before giving it back. Lots of pressure by the BC defense. Goal shooter comes out to help. And a beautiful fake move by the goal shooter. It's a long shot. They're taking it. A little bit short, unfortunately. So BC have the ball, but lose it to a footwork call, who sends it into the circle, into the hands of the BC goalkeeper. BC looking to not footwork this time, but sending it into the circle, misses the hands of the goal defense. Excellent look there, with a beautiful feed into the circle, followed by the point. BC with another footwork call, loses their center pass to Quebec. Pressure by BC, force Quebec to throw the ball out of court. So BC have the throw on in their defensive third on the sideline, who launch the ball into the center third. Looking for that help behind them, giving the other teammates a chance to reset, picked off by the Quebec goalkeeper. And again, Quebec wide open as they pass the ball down the court, but stolen, deflected by the BC goal defense, tipped off last by the Quebec goal attack, so BC get the throw on again. Quick passing by BC, also wide open. Now with some pressure in the circle, tipped by the Quebec center, who lands just offside. And that is the end of the game. Final score is 47 for BC, 20 for Quebec. Shaking their hands, thanking each other. It was a good game. It was hard fought. And well-deserved BC for the win. Congratulations to them. We have more games coming up today, all the way until 2:30. Let's see what the schedule is. We have the men playing next on the live stream at 10:15, so that will be in 30 minutes, although I see 15 minutes on the clock. So maybe come a bit early or log on to the new live stream link a little bit early. It will be a new live stream link again. That way we have separate recordings if you ever want to go back and watch them on YouTube. So please leave this live stream. Meet us at the next live stream for the men, Ontario versus BC, happening next. We will also have in the other gym the under-23 BC team playing against the BC retired representative players. Unfortunately, that will not be live streamed, but we will do our best to give you an update of the score afterwards. All right, thanks for tuning in to the first game of the day. We have 4 more games left, the men, and then we have the bronze medal game followed by the gold medal game at 1:15. All right, see you on the next live stream link.